Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So I took a break last weekend from recording videos and things just because it had been a busy couple of weeks and I really needed to kind of rest and recuperate so I didn't burn myself out like I've tended to have done before. That said, we're getting back to some videos this weekend. We're not getting back into stuff full tilt, so I'm just getting around to the Shonen Jump chapters this week. Excuse me. Along with one video read through. But hopefully by next weekend, I'll hopefully feel more relaxed and refreshed, and we'll be back to kind of the regularly scheduled content I'm doing, at least two read through videos a week. I'll probably also try to do another proper channel update with details regarding that as well sometime next week. But look forward to that. That said, I'm excited to dive back into it. So without further ado, let us get into it with Akane-Banashi, Story 78, A Shallow Man. And we have, of course, story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe. And then you have Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashia, translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Snearon. And we have San Maite, the source from which both the Ransaika and Konjaku-take schools arose. Along with Kashiwaya, the school has been one of the foremost in Edo Rakugo since the Meiji era. Boasting 43 apprentices total, this Sanmeite member possesses the highest Miyoseki name inheritance in the Sanmeite stable, the 6th Enso Sanmeite. And that's the weird balding out, like the big forehead, like a small mustache. And you have, was a Karashi going, okay, stop. Take out along with Kashiwaya and everything about the apprentices and the Miyoseki from his introduction. And you have Enso Sanmeite's solo performance. God, his head is so square, and you see the little like leaflets and like flyers of things. His head is just like a box. It's hilarious. And he goes, also, this isn't a manga. You don't have to make it sound so dramatic. A normal intro will do. Joan, well, considering that this is the big day, it might be nice to discuss this with Master Enso himself. And he's like, no, we're good like this. My master has left me in charge of everything aside from his actual performance. And he's like, in this, having the Zenza simply recite from the company history? You have 100 years of Sumiyoshi commerce. Yeah, so I guess he's having like a little leaflet with like information about like the performance and like who's doing it and all that stuff. So he's like, I don't think we should. Like, we must. While the company president desired Rakugo for the festivities, this is still a commemoration of 100 years of our company's esteemed history. So it stands to reason that we should touch on the story of the company. And Karashi goes, touch on it all you like, but you should cut down on the speeches. Assuming you want the crowd to pay attention, that is. He's like, it'll cut into my performance time. And you have the lady aide going, we contracted Master Enso to perform Rakugo, not any of his apprentices. He's like, do you even... And then she's like staring at him with just like a stone cold face. And he's like, no, you're right. That's all I have to say. And the guy was like, I think we're done here then. He's like, what made you put your foot down like that? You don't usually speak like that, Minase. And she's like, I'm sorry. The truth is, I know him. We went to school together ever since kindergarten. Oh my god. Is this Karashi's love interest? Oh my god. This is gonna be interesting. So we went to school together ever since kindergarten. He would play video games during class, but somehow his test results were always better than anyone else's. He started Rakugo despite not even liking it, and somehow he was student champion for multiple years in a row. It gave him a way with words that helped him pass every potential job interview he took. You see just like a bunch of comical things with like him lording it over the fact that he's better than her. And she's like, it's infuriating. He's good at everything he does. And yet, it's like, go pro as a Rakugoka? No way that'll ever happen. It's like the fool. He threw away his career on a momentary whim. He's a shallow man. And you see as they're getting ready for the performance. Okay, so it's the company of the 100 Years of Sumiyoshi Commerce is doing a solo Rakugo performance for like as like a treat or whatever for their staff. And you have, it's nearly time, Mr. President. It's like, that's right, today should be a festival. None of that stuffy nonsense. I just like to hear some good old Rakugo. And you see Manasse's watching as Karashi's like actually leafing through the company's history book. He's like, so you will actually examine the book? He's like, shut up, I'm just passing time. It's like, I see. And you can see her just staring at him, and every time he looks at her, he just looks away. It's like, go away! It's like, not gonna happen. I'm gonna watch from the wings to make sure you read it. It's like, great. It's like, you don't have to worry, I'll do it right. And you have Karashi-san Mate. As he goes, it's my job, and he takes a seat on the stage. And he goes, ahem, congratulations on 100 years of illustrious history. To commemorate this occasion, I will read the story of the company's century of existence. With the wine check, he just slams his fan down onto the stage and goes, it is the 24th year of Meiji 1891. One man is given life in the town of Shiso in Hyogo Prefecture. Blessed with a strong mind and memory, but afflicted with a feisty attitude that got him into plenty of fights. And Manasse's like, the content's accurate, but why is he reading it this way? That's not Rakugo, right? It's like, but somehow... It's like, yes, I speak of none other than the founder and original president of Sumiyoshi Commerce, who steered the company through the stormy waters of post-war Japan, Hitoya Mitsuya. And she's like, it's so easy on the ears. And you see the president's like this old guy's like run a wheelchair. He's like, well, now this is quite a nice surprise. It's like, Mr. President? It's like, see the way he's using his fan and the sing-songy way he's telling the story? This is Kodan storytelling. If Rakugo is the traditional art of conversation, then Kodan is the traditional art of reading. It's an art form devoted to the telling of military and political exploits. He's both livening up the atmosphere and touching on our history. I couldn't ask for a better opening act today. In fact, this is quite impressive. Ordinarily, a Zenza in his first year would never be able to pull off a different art form this well. I can see why Master Enso takes him around with him. And she's like, it's astonishing. Even in Rakugo, he can do everything well. And you see after the performance, he hands her back the history book and goes, here, I read your book like you wanted. And he's like, hello, you have anything to say or what? He's just like doing this evil grin. And she's like, good job up there. And she's flipping through the book and going, I would be perfectly happy to thank him if he could just be normal about it. He's like, oh, right. He's like, sorry, just going to borrow your English textbook. It's like, he always made everything look effortless. It's like, huh? At least ask permission first. Oh, no, that's, she was the one borrowing Karashi's English textbook. It's like, but in reality, and you can see that in the English textbook, he's like annotated with like a bunch of notes or like different words, like where to put emphasis and stuff like that. And that she sees in the company's history book, he's also done the same thing, put like little notes and annotations for himself. And she's like, hey, it's like, what? It's like, why did you decide to become a Rakugoka? He's like, why? If I had to give a reason, and he thinks back to when he's watching Akane's performance, and he goes, it's because it ain't easy. And his master is looming behind him going, and here you are stating the obvious as though it were profound. Are you that satisfied at having performed your play-pretend version of Kodan, little ant? It's like, don't startle me. It's like, shut up. I already know it wasn't to your standards. And he goes, we are on the cusp of a new generation. San Mete is the supreme example of Edo Rakugo. You are forbidden from being outdone in Rakugo, little ant. And he's like, ha, like I'd let that happen, you old smokestack. He's like, woo woo, as the phone is ringing, and you have Asago going, Karashi, I want to ask you for something. Good lord. And you have that Kane's in his contacts as Jugumu Girl. This Jugumu Girl sent a stamp, and Jugumu Girl going, Karashi, huge news! Alright. So, I guess quick thoughts on the chapter. So I love that now that we like got away from like Akane's, like with the whole thing, like having feeling. Love that we're taking like a step back to focus on like the other performers and like how far they've come along things now. So it's good to like get some like, a little bit more like background on Karashi with like, you know, his little rivalry with Manasse and like the whole history there. I feel like a bit of that was leaning on being a little bit too tropey, where she's like, oh, he's always better than me in school. I can't stand it because he always made everything look so effortless. And at the end, she's like, oh no, but he's actually really conscientious, and he's like, making notes, and he wasn't like he was taking things seriously, even if he acts like a clown. Like, it was a little bit too tropian by the book for my taste, but apart from that, it was still well done. I like that we did get to see, a little bit of Karashi's kind of development and improvement. And again, I do like the bits where we get kind of like a little bit more history of Rakugo, about the culture, and we learn more about it. So I really like those aspects of it. Yeah, apart from that, not much to say. Looking forward to the next chapter, especially with the big new stuff. So yeah, we'll see what the next arc has in store for us. So as always, if you like this content, if you like this video, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, other Shonen Jump stuff will be out today along with another read-through. And till next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.